Hi guys, welcome back to today's video. My name is Duamel Bentley and I am excited because baby, my experience is personal. And I am also talking about like pink and like kind of a branch of a lot of really fun and cool pop culture things. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're new to the channel, or you're coming back to the channel and you're just like checking, hi, you know, please join the Dupe Nation. It is free and we are here whenever you need us. So yeah, come back whenever you'd like. I did this glam, all of it today. I am kind of excited and proud because I didn't really know what I was gonna do. I was kind of like, what am I doing here? Honey, this palette that I saw because of personal experience I'm going currently. Girl, can you believe this? Honey, the craziness. Can you literally believe this? Anyway, the superstar of the TV show today, we're not even filming a show, we're doing a little video, honey. The superstar of it is this lovely little palette, The Burn Book by Meangirls. Now, if you don't know this movie, I know there's a couple of people out there that don't know the film.
Oh my god.
Listen, do as you will. It's definitely, it's a crowd pleaser. A lot of people love it. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts on it. And a lot of people live their lives through this. And they're like Gretchen trying to make fetch happen. But, honey, let's just give it a rest. For priming, I used the Marshmallow Primer. This is by NYX. Now, this is a great primer. Great solid option. Wonderful. Okay. Now, for complexion products, I went ahead and used for my foundation, the Maybelline New York 30-Hour Foundation. This is a Super Stay Active Wear. Listen, the reason why I put this on today is because as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm not even kidding, I have to go to the gym. Philippe is meeting me there and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna run with a full beat and I'm down for it, honey. So girls, line up because I am here to rule the gym. I'm sorry. All right, I'll be in and out of character, honey, all video long. For contour, I use my trusty, dusty, and crusty at this point Dennis at Myricks is cream. This is contour. You can see it's kind of hitting pan already. I'm kind of shook and surprised. I think Felipe hit the pan on this and I was like, oh my god, this product is finally kind of dying down. And there's still a lot of it, right? But that's just me. That's my feeling about it, right? I'm like, oh no. I love it. I really do love it. And I'm excited to explore actually maybe number 2. I have number 1 currently and I really do like that. But sometimes I feel like I want a little bit more depth into the formula. But I really do like this formula. So if you're looking for a great kind of gel textured contour formula that you can wear on your natural skin as well as like glam, this is great. I've honestly had great experience with it. I will repurchase and definitely explore other color stories. Definitely not drugstore pricing, but also not super high, but amazing quality, worth the splurge for sure. Now for my cheeks, I did use 2 shades. I don't know what the heck the names are because never mind, darling. I was looking at the bottom and I was like, oh my god, there's no name for the sticker, but I didn't read that there was a label here. One of them says here is Bora Bora, and then I did Tahiti. I think these are pretty popular. They're really gorgeous. I mean, they did wonders, honey, underneath, you know, everything else I have going on. So I'm like, the little Coraline monster, live for her. And definitely very inexpensive, very trustworthy. Lots of options for definitely every single person out there. So yeah, definitely check those out for sure. Now, for contour slash bronzer, you know, I normally use either Chanel for the cream, or I also use the Charlotte Tilbury one. Those are really great ones, but I felt like those were a little bit more on the, you know, upscale or higher end side price of makeup. And we definitely wanted to keep this a little bit more approachable and a little bit more on the drugstore side of price point. So I went ahead and used the Kimchi Cheek Cosmetics. This is going to be the most concealer, and the shade that I particularly used was Solid White.
Wow.
Oh. There seems to be a mistake, darling, because this is not Solid White. And they do not have the name on here. really beautiful as well. Gave me a very natural matte kind of finish, very flat, very thin. So if you're looking for a very natural kind of like tap tap on the face and kind of bronze the complexion and give you a little elevated feel, this is a great option. And again, they have a lot of options of tones and colors and undertones and variety of products at a really affordable price point. And of course, you know, we love the fact that they are LGBTQ, they are drag lovers. Powdering my complexion, I did go ahead and purchase a kimchi puff puff pass, and this particular one is going to be the PPPG01. Now I read this because to my experience with it, even though it says translucent, this has to me a little bit of an iridescence to it, like a pinky peachy kind of feel, which is very pretty, very flattering on the complexion. But beware, if you're also not trying to shift the color of your foundation, it's important to know specifically which one you are grabbing. But it is phenomenal. I think it does lay the complexion out really nicely. It doesn't really weigh the skin at all. I mean, honestly, I'm living my like boarding school xoxo fantasy with this video. For my concealers, I did use two different concealers because I wanted a little bit of tonality and shift, but I still wanted it to be a little bit more demute or a little bit more natural. So I went off with this Flower Beauty concealer. This is going to be Light Fusion Full Coverage Concealer. Now the shade on this one, I believe it's going to be L34 Light. And I actually really do like this one. I think it's very nice. It lays on the complexion really pretty, and it does a great job, and it's pretty affordable. I definitely think this is one of my favorite concealers out right now in drugstore. So if you haven't tried this, I do encourage you to try it. And if you have tried any that you're like, no, you need to try this one, leave it in the comment down below, honey, and let me know so I can try it. Oh my gosh. Actually, very dear product to me, not only because packaging is like iconic, but also because this is actually the first product in makeup that I ever used and finished. I love it. I take pride that I don't want to jinx myself. I'm knocking on like material, wood, whatever. But I take pride that I always keep them very lovely and pristine. I have heard some people that break things off, but I'm like, no, I try to keep them nice and saved. So I did apply a little bit around the areas here to give it a little bit more luminosity and brightness. I do love using those kind of light tricks here, darling, to give me a little bit more freshness and like, we're definitely on the road, you know? There is a difference between these ones. This is going to be definitely more on the soft matte side. This would be more on the creamy, true kind of medium. In coverage, they are pretty comparable, but in formulas, this would make this a little bit more hydrating, so it's not going to interrupt the formula whatsoever. It actually works really well. In my experience and opinion with it, the Jeffree Star Cosmetics concealer works really well with other formulas, and you don't even need to mix it with anything else. You can use it on its own. So if you haven't tried it, I do encourage you to give it a go. Felipe actually just recently purchased a couple of options for himself, and I'm really excited because
she's loving it. Well, yeah.
To seal my kind of contour from xoxo, I did have the Sephora contour. I think this would be pretty much the drugstore version of Sephora, or pretty much the drugstore equivalent to any other kind of cosmetic out there. And I've really come to enjoy this product. At first I wasn't sure if I was really gonna like it, because I did feel like it was a little stiff in the pan, and you can definitely see how it kind of grabs a little bit more on the drier texture, but it is really lovely. I think it allows you to build in a really soft and natural manner. You can definitely sculpt and mold the face, the body, whatever you want to do. The eyes, I do use this quite a little bit for my nose, for my eyes, any detailed area underneath the lip. I really do like this. I definitely think that I would continue to repurchase and purchase other ones. I do have a couple of other options, but right now I'm really exploring this and really liking this. So I would honestly tell you, if you're looking and interested in trying this, girly, this is a cute little option here. Now, for highlight, honey, what did we use today? We used the Kimchi Cheek Beauty. I love their highlights. They have a couple of options, but this one in particular is a collection they did with Trixie Mattel. I don't believe you can find this in drugstore. You can probably find this in Kimchi Cheeks' website, but this is Really, really stunning. It has a dual chrome, which I have both of them on because my eye is not quite cool but not quite warm, so I wanted to give it a little bit of a flex here. So I use both of them and I'm really, really liking the way it turns out. It kind of jumps off of my blush really, really nicely. So I'm really excited because the blush also worked really, really well. Segue in there, honey. It's this one. She is the queen. This is mother of the blushes of Drugstore Honey. Don't ever get it twisted. Now, this is the Blushed Rouge Volume 4 by Juvia's Place. Now, girl, if you don't have this, you have to try this. I have both combined. I did do more of this in the entire region of the cheek, but I went into the hollow of kind of like my cheekbone area, and I applied the kind of more intense tone to kind of just intensify and give myself a little bit more of like a glamazon contour. And I'm kind of really liking it. At first I was like, wow, my god, this is very electric, but at the same time I was like, very appropriate, darling. So this is a gorge product. They have a lot of beautiful options and a lot of great pigments, so definitely check them out if you haven't gotten your hands in it. Definitely a good one. To dust off all of my kind of baking powder, anything around my face that I kind of want to just liven up and give myself a little bit more structure, I go in with this brush here. This is just like a, what is this, a Morphe? I'm not sure exactly what this is. I think this is a Morphe, but the style, you want to kind of follow a kabuki kind of concept. And I just grabbed this. I like a hard pan, and I like that this has a little iridescence, because a lot of the times when we're using all of these powders, we can start to turn a little dull and kind of look a little muddy. And by using something that has a little bit of sheen, emphasize your beautiful makeup and really structurize the face again, because it creates, you know, a little bit of movement in the skin. So I just kind of go in, boop, 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 and then just glam, soft, give it a little go, a little juice, and then before you know it, you're toasty and ready for the day, honey. So, love her. This is a really good one. I don't know if this is still available. I believe since Huda Kattan became the CEO of the company, they are discarding this line. So if you can still get your hands in this is a beautiful, beautiful product. I hope that they do bring something similar, maybe a little bit more reformulated and a little bit more innovative. But this definitely, I'm excited to have it, and I am kind of sad whenever it's over. But let's celebrate in the meantime. For lips, I was like, I wonder what lipstick would look cute. I mean, I thought doing a nude, and I was like, girl, a nude's cute, but we need to be like bad bitch. We're not trying to be just like little high school girl. We need to be like gangster cunty level, you know? So I was like, what does that mean, honey? So I was like, stone cold. Let's do it. So I went ahead and used the Kylie Cosmetics. This is the lip liner in Stone. This is lip liner in Stone. I went ahead and lined my lips. I overlined. I always do. I always will. And I don't care. I love it. Then I went in with my Sephora lipstick, liquid lipstick. I really do like these a lot. Now, my only complaint with this formula a lot of the times was that it was very runny and kind of sometimes a little liquidy. So they have reformulated these now. I haven't kind of branched out to grabbing a lot of them. I don't know. I have to kind of fall back in there and kind of scratch the colors and see what calls my name. But as of right now, I'm not really turned on by them, because I still really do like these, and I still have a couple of these. But guys, if you have tried the new formula and you would love it, or you're like, no, they totally messed up by changing it, leave the comment down below. I'm totally interested in knowing. But this is very cute. This is the number 21. I don't know the name, but number 21 for sure. Very gorge. I remember that they just recently had them on sale, and this was one that I was gonna purchase. I remember the number 21. So I'm excited I have it, because I really, really liked it in store. I love it also on my lips. It's kind of like an elevated, very cool tone nude. Now for the gloss, I used the Jeffree Star The Gloss in Silk Robe. This is the one that they did for the Orgy collection. Live. This is one of my favorite collections that they have done. I have the palette. It's actually one of the most roughed up palettes from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics brand that I have. So it's really, really nice. I have backups of this particular gloss. I just love, love, love it. It's just honestly like an interesting little milky, chocolatey kind of cookie dough moment. It's like gives you superpowers, you know? So definitely worth the scratch as well. This is a great formula, great lip gloss. I hope they never discontinue it. They also have a plumper that's a similar kind of nude, but this is a translucent nude, the plumper, and I am obsessed. I love. That's also a part of the Orgy collection number 2, which we also have. Stay tuned, the review might be coming out. We have done a couple of shorts, and I'm thankful you guys have been enjoying the shorts. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been very rewarding to see your interactions there. Now, let's get to the point. We came here for the burn book, honey. Duhamel, what are we talking about when we say what you've experienced in your life? Well, what I will not do is I will not spread any kind of feeling that is not positive in this channel. I think this channel is a beacon of light of entertainment, and I will not ever taint it, even though attempts have been made across, other parties. But I will let you know, darling, you shall not taint my kingdom, because at the end of the day, we rule with kindness, we rule with love, and we rule with transparency. We keep the side of the street clean, as Taylor Swift does say. Yes, very corny, but very accurate. Now, what I will say is that definitely some people have just not understood it makes me uncomfortable to talk about it. It literally makes me cringe. This has been such a great life experience. I'll tell you this, and I think the point of this whole video and the point of me grabbing this palette was not to arise anything or for me to point fingers at anybody or say you did, I did, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good with what I've done. My name is clear, and I know who I am, and I owe zero explanations to anybody. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful to see, truth in clarity. I've always asked for that, and I make no mistakes when I move forward and no regrets. I live explicitly. I definitely do, and I only want the best by me, and I will always give my best. That is a fact. But when you're not worthy, we do take it away. So don't be pressed, honey. Just move on, Let's talk about the palette. I fell in love with the palette. I loved the movie. I remember when I saw the movie the first time, I was a little itty bitty little thing in the couch. My aunt and sister was like, what the hell to watch on TV? We were like, oh my God. And my sister really liked Lindsay Lohan. I remember we had just seen Freaky Friday or some kind of movie like that had just came out. And my sister was like, oh my God, Lindsay Lohan. And we saw the preview, and it's like high school and like blah, blah, blah. So my aunt's like, oh, let me rent it. And we were like, oh, great, cool, fun, whatever, right? So it was like, oh, great. Little to like no one's knowledge, this became like this super massive phenomenon to this like day that people continue to like, put things out. Now, I will say, this is very well done. This is literally a very interesting palette. Like, just feeling it, gorgeous packaging. It looks really, really fun. Interesting concept. It has all the information in the back here. It's almost like a soft kind of cushiony, like plastic material. You do get a lovely mirror, and it says, so you agree you think you're really pretty? I need to say that better. I hate when people act like a plastic. Bitch, you're either a plastic or whatever. So you agree? You think you're really pretty? Really pretty palette. Really pretty palette. Really, really approachable, really beautiful colors. I think this is a palette you can use for very neutral, very glam concepts, but you can also have very fun, sexy, kind of unexpected tones. Like, for example, this was a really fun grunge kind of vibe. I was thinking at first, I was like, do I want to do like a little princess kind of pinky pop, girly situation? But then I said, no, that's not me. I am a pinky pop plastic fantastic, but the reality of the case is I'm also grunged and like twisted and kind of like edgy and rock and rolled. So I said, I need to combine kind of like the best of both worlds, and this kind of came out. So it's very sultry, very sexy, very glam. It's very cutthroat, and You can ask, but you will get denied. So don't bother. So very cute, very cunty. I very much so enjoyed this palette. I think the color story was a lovely selection. I did actually use a lot of them. I mixed in quite a bit of these really fun tones. Like I started off with plastics all over my lid. I used it to sweep and kind of set everything down, make sure that everything would kind of flow and lay, especially because I didn't really know what direction I really wanted to target and hit. So I was kind of nervous and excited because I really wanted to present something fun, and I wanted to represent the mean girls in the Bentley Academy would look like, because that would be kind of cunty. I'd be like, now this is a 15 pan palette. You do have some shimmers, glimmers, and definitely some mattes. So what can I say? If you can get your hands on the burn book. Girl! I have a question. In real life, would you really think you would be friends with Regina, Katie, Karen, or Gretchen? Leave a comment down below. And also, great question, the question of the era. Who are you? Who are you in the movie? Who do you see reflected into the film? Leave a comment down below. I would love to know, who do you love as a character in the new film and in the old film. I definitely like a lot of the different characters. I can't personally pick one. I think they're all really, really fun, and they bring a lot of really fun energy to the film. There's definitely favorite parts everywhere. I definitely think, you know, Regina's really fun. I think Katie's really fun. I think Gretchen's really fun. I think all of them are really, really fun. Karen's really funny, you know, with the whole mouse thing. Just very cool, very fun. Very good energy between them. So I'm excited if they ever do a reboot or anything like that to see them come together. But yeah, for the meantime, this is a great concept. There's a really great variety of tones and pigments here. Now it does sit more in the neutral warm category, but within the shimmers you definitely have a lot of flex and flay. I will note that the shimmers work really, really pretty. The palette does blend really, really well within itself. Names on the palette in particular are very funny, very true to the movie, like So Fetch, the plastics, I am a mouse, duh. Really pretty, popular, obsessed. Girl, who cares? That could have been a total cool name, but I meant for the popular. Anyway, cool mom. We love a cool mom. We wear pink. You know, I will say I would have really liked the pink to be a softer pink. I noticed that it was a really gorge pink. I love the pink in the actual pan, but I feel like it's not as electric when you actually put it on. It's a little bit more of like a hot, muted pink. So I would have really, really liked a little bit more of a neon factor, more of like a strawberry pink, or like, I don't know, something more along the cotton candy line pink. That would have been really fun with a little bit more of like a charge of tone. But yeah, just me nitpicking at the palette for sure. Really great options here as well for blush. So if you are ever on a run and you're like, oh my god, I just need to take like a couple of things, this is a great palette for like bronzer, kind of a little bit of a contour. You definitely have a great amount of selections for highlights and color shimmers for the eye as well. So definitely a great option. You can also even do brows with a couple of colors in here. So again, really versatile palette. Revolution always does a lovely, lovely job. So I'm excited I got my hands in this. Having the bird book in my hands has never been more of a responsibility. But you know what? I think I have delivered. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the look. Overall, I'm kind of living for this. This is very like super powered. And I'm living for her. I did finalize my makeup. So, is this like supercharged with like Botox? Alright you guys, with that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed using these combination of items in the complexion and on the eyes today. Let me know what you thought of the look. What do you think of overall? Oh, my lashes. I almost forgot my lashes. Oh my god, these are beauty creations. And this is all for show. Because we needed what we needed whenever we needed it, so we got it. With Bible in hand, XOXO, you know you love me. I'll catch you on the next one.